So we'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, let's start. Who do we get? Who do we get? Who do we get? We get Gara. The Gara we're deleting I did over the weekend and got to a ballistic storm. So that was not oh, that would have been bad. I'm sure my phone's muted. Okay. We'll start this and let us begin. It's weird because like whenever I'm looking over at OBS now, it seems so different. Like I definitely have too much light for the current camera settings, so now I need to like, I have to make a note of dropping the intensity on them. But I didn't check that before stream. So that'll be something I mess with tonight, I guess. I was not expecting the white balancing to be so far off. Maybe I'll test, like, maybe I'll fix it or lower it or something during, like, a break that I take. It's definitely, like, super bright. I don't even know, like, what I did to do that, like, get the settings like this, because I tried once before and I wasn't able to do it. It's also possible to just color correct it in OBS or something. If that ends up being easier than reaching back to my lights. Because the main light that I use, it's in a spot where, I mean, I can get to it, but it's kind of a hassle. I keep meaning to set up the apps for them so I can use it that way, but I never do. So, I put it somewhere where it's like kind of inaccessible, just telling myself, hey, I'll just use the app, it's all wireless. And then I never do it. Apparently I like to suffer, but we already knew that because I keep playing this game. Still searching for that elusive 259 for torrent. I got a couple of 3 minutes on the stream.
And I can also that you're not then wine. I am caught. Goodbye.
But I've not gotten the 259. At least not with this route. That getting the 121 in first step would also be really nice. But that one I'm like less concerned about. So I can't even hit 122 consistently there yet.
Have they said that you I can platoning to aid you to the foot? Then summon me. Ah, I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
I was gonna say, I didn't feel like I messed up the jumping too badly. I thought I did good on the jumping, but I guess not. If I'm losing time. I'm skipping the mushroom now. I've been trying to practice where the best spot is. We're gonna lose time on this one. because I missed that jump. I've been trying to figure out like the best spot to do that jump. Oh, cool. Lag spike. So that's the other thing that I was messing around with was graphic settings. We might end up tweaking them a couple times tonight. And like, not just graphic settings, but GPU settings in general. I'm trying to minimize that problem. Which, once my new PC is all set up, that will not be an issue. But, you know, for now, it's one of those things I would love to get fixed. I don't want to, like, I have some fixes for it that I can do right now. I don't want to do them because of the level of effort involved in something that I'm only going to have a temporary thing anyways. And somehow, it says that was a time save. How goes my routing for that to have been a time save?
Hello? Can you hear me? Aye, please. I just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all. Oh, that's... well,
I lost multiple runs in practice right here. Last Thursday. I guess, yeah, it was yesterday. I kept clipping, like, just clipping the cliff for whatever reason. I also wasn't consistently getting a time save using that dismount strap. I was losing it a lot, so I don't know what's going on there.
Are you here as a customer? I must have.
I also got hit by the bear here multiple times in practice. So far, this is a pretty good run for like a warm-up run tonight. I've already passed many of the spots that I have to reset at. It's still feeling a little weird to me skipping those rooms, but I know that it doesn't like impact anything. But it does save me a couple seconds. So the other part that I've been messing up a bunch is Celia skip. It's getting bad enough to the point where I'm almost wondering if I can just grind out and not skip a bunch again. Like, I did multiple practice runs last night, and they were all like 30-second time losses on the skip. Hit points there are just in case there's a questionable hit on the bear or on the fort. We were at 363, so as long as we're climbing the ladder at 363, we'll be good. Things like that is where it's always like the questionable as I hit. I think if I was hit, I'd take more damage, but I always want to just make sure. I'm still 363. And then in practice the last couple times, I was even getting like the guy following me here, and I had to do like the rune drop. I'd like to figure out a way that I can open the map. Like, maybe what I need to do is on the elevator, I need to scroll back out after the pin. So I can save a little bit of time right there. So I'm probably losing a second to that. I have been going the other way here, and I don't know, it feels faster to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And right now, I'm honestly just kind of on autopilot. So I'm not like sitting down and thinking about whether to change the route. But again, I lost 1.5 on Dectus. I've been losing 1.5 to 2 a bunch there. And, I mean, I have changed some of the route, but 1.5 seconds worth I can't think of. But I'm going to have to, like, go back to doing some of the things I was doing before with, talk. But with, like, going over the rocks and stuff after the bear. I think that's where I'm losing time. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy here. I'm just going to do it the way I've messed up the least. It's trying to do like new things is where I'm losing all the time. And I need to just practice, I think, the other stuff more. Which I need to practice this more too, but... I'm probably better off right now just getting an okay Celia rather than trying to make new time saves. Oh, cool. Good time for lag. Actually, non-sarcastic good time compared to many of the other times it could happen. Also, this might only be like one-time things. I like changed the shader cache size significantly on my PC. I totally could have unlimited size for Elden Ring, so I'm hoping that maybe that was some of the issue is with like just making all of those and writing them to the hard drive. see. I do have one small thing I can do on my PC. It's a pain to get to because how my tower is set up. But apparently around the time that I bought this PC, the motherboard documentation was incorrect. So since it was a pre-built, they'd probably put the hard drive on the wrong slot because of the documentation, which does make it run slower as well. I just don't know if I want to dig into everything to switch it. Not that switching SSD slots is hard. It's just, there's a lot of stuff I have to move to get to my tower. Alright, so this rat has trolled me a bunch recently. Because he'll do things like that. He's lunging in a lot of really annoying ways. I've been taking way more hits on him. Hey, Elroy. Welcome in. How was the rest of your stream tonight? I was watching for a little bit. It was Dragon Age, right? Or Dragon Age 2? I don't remember the name of it entirely, but I know it was Dragon something. Dragon Nuts, I don't know. Oh, Fire Emblem. Sorry. I get those games mixed up. It does. I should not have pulled my axe out this early. Oh, nice. I've never played it, so I don't know like how long the game is, but I thought it was a pretty good length game. The axe quite slowly. Okay, not bad. 0.6 saved. Hey Raz, welcome in. 159 is good for Crackblade. I feel like I'm on the verge of getting a 158 soon. How are you doing tonight? I've just been, just started here pretty recently tonight. I spent the day, reading up on PCIe 5.0 lanes and how they work, because there's a few differences from, PCIe 4 lanes, which is the last thing I had to deal with. Because I bought a new motherboard and then the case, and now I decided I'm going to buy a new CPU cooler and some case fans, and there's just like stuff I have to read up on because technology is now different. Yeah, I ended up moving my old M2 drives over to that PC today, which was nice. Oh, that's a bad spot to have fallen. So I had to figure out like what the optimal ones were for each thing, and then I ended up buying another hard drive too. A Samsung 9100 2 terabyte, I believe it is. As it turns out, that is triple the read-write speed of the drive I'm playing this on right now, and then double the speed of my good hard drive. So I ended up buying that. And then I ended up buying the case fans too, which I was talking to Mirror about earlier today. If you're in one of the Discords that he's in, I'll finish this in a second. He put together a really cool build recently that's kind of like based on the Matrix. And I was asking him like what he got for case fans and stuff, and surprise, he actually got the same ones that I was looking at. So more confidence for me that those are the ones I want to get. Yeah. Well, his are slightly different than mine, but not much. He got the wired ones. I was looking at getting the wireless ones. But that's like the only difference. Because as I was saying, technology is different. I have not kept up with it. And besides being able to just daisy chain, it looks like apparently some fans now, rather than having to do a wired line for like fan speed control and color, you can do it over Wi-Fi. So that's what I ended up ordering, because that is going to remove a lot of wires. Yeah. Yeah, he got a wired one with like the hub for it, and I thought about that, but that's what I currently have. This is a Liza P sweatshirt. Is a Liza P sweatshirt that is completely covered in cat hair, which I'm hoping is not coming up on the camera. It's probably not, just because everything is so like white balance is just completely off right now. I accidentally hit a couple buttons on my camera before stream, and I wasn't able to get it fixed correctly. So after I started streaming, I looked at it, I realized like the white balance is off, and I'll have to fix that later. It would probably show, because the camera's in, I think it's in 4K mode right now. But, since, like, the window is so small, it never gets shown. Oh, nah, Elroy, it's just... I messed up my, my lighting, or... more specifically, I messed up the camera. So... I ended up going through and lowering the ISO settings like I wanted to. For whatever reason, it was at 6,000 now. It was at 4,000 the other day. Now it's at 250, like I wanted it to be. But when you lower the ISO, it's going to let more light in. Or less light. I think it's less light. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a photographer. Anyways, it changes the light level that the camera sees. I think it's low light environments, ISO goes up to get more in. Or something like that. So, if you have a lot of light for a high ISO setting, lowering it's going to result in things being brighter than they should be. Which is what happened right here. So, I have two options. Option one is going to be mess with my camera and figure out how to fix that. Option two is mess with my lights to figure out how to fix it. Of the two options, the lighting is probably the easier one to do. Assuming I can keep the camera settings similar to how they are right now, because then that means there's less bright light just on my face. So that's the way I would prefer to do it. There's also option three, which is I go do some color correction in OBS. Which I could do that too. I actually have a couple of presets for color correction if I want. So I might be able to just do it that way. Only 2 mushrooms, it looks like. Yeah, since you're doing like daytime and nighttime streams, that's definitely more of an issue for you. I could do a daytime stream, but I'm not usually awake enough for those. Although the blackout curtain that I have now makes it kind of impossible to tell if it's night or day, which is kind of nice. Because now I can just be a completely irresponsible adult and have no idea what time it is, ever. Yeah, it's the same curtain. Like, it's not fully soundproof or anything, but it is, like, noise dampening. Like, I can definitely still hear the traffic and stuff when it goes by outside, but with a couple of exceptions, it is blocking enough that the mic's not picking it up. Which, speaking of, my mic is not in the right position. Yeah, I heard. They shut down the studio and moved the developers over to different projects. Sounds like Nexon wasn't happy with the number of copies sold. Which sucks, because I thought it sold pretty well. Or at least well enough. I am glad that they seem to have kept the developers on staff, though. Because usually a lot of times they'll just fire all of them. Alright, I move my mic a little bit. We'll see if that changes things much. Oh, why? We're on such a good run. Okay, well, he wasn't a problem. I didn't go through and check this. I know there's a spot here where I should be able to jump a little bit closer and save some time. But I've not really gone through and worked it out yet. Oh, that was such a close jump. I have to aggro this whole time. Alright, well, I guess we just lose a little bit of sprinting. I'd much rather be high stamina for this part. So, the things I heard about Kazan were, like, the community and the publisher were very adamant that it wasn't a Souls-like, which, okay, that's fine. Nothing has to be a Souls-like, but a lot of people who played it kind of thought it was, or at least similar enough if they were watching gameplay. And then I heard a lot of people just kind of thought it was too hard for them, like, because of that. So I feel like there's, I don't know, like, the game might have suffered from some marketing issues. I didn't look at how many copies they sold or anything, or if there's any estimate on their development budget that was released. Just that the studio wasn't happy with what they were getting out of it. Just too bad. Oh, why does the crowd have to be right there today? Like I said, Nexon doesn't really have like the greatest reputation, so I'm really glad to hear that they at least kept all the developers on. Because in most situations like that, a company would just fire all the devs. Yeah, so that's like what I'm saying, like, it feels to me like it was more of a marketing issue that they had. Because if they're trying to like adamantly say, like, not say something, but like being a hard game, and it sounds like they're kind of targeting the wrong audience with their marketing for what they're trying to get. Because I know a lot of Souls players loved it, but like from what I've heard, what I've read, it sounds like a lot of people thought it was too hard for them.
Hello. Hey, it's rather.
So, I don't know. Those are always hard issues to do when you're making a game.
If you've. Oh, to bless a thug, please. Please. Oh, thank you. Did I forget?
And I do feel for the developers with that too, because when you're making a game, you really have no control over who the audience for your game ends up being. So, like, whoever it ends up being, if you don't match their expectations, they end up just being unhappy. And that's never really a good thing when you're making a game. Check how many mushrooms I have now. I think I picked up 3 and I had 2, so that'd be 5. So that should be at 7. So that'd be 8, which would mean 6, if I did this math right. I mean, 1.2 million is pretty... I mean, it can be pretty good, depending on context. But then the question you have to ask is, what was the development cost for it? Well, it's the same thing for Lords of the Fallen, too, though, right? Like, they sold 1 million copies more, or more than 1 million copies more, and potentially they probably had different development costs on there, too. Which I'd have to look into it to see like what people thought those estimates were, but that's always going to be part of it. Like if you sell, you know, twice as many copies, but if it costs you twice as much to make the game, your ROI is the same. Also, $29.49 with this route is by far the best DTS I've ever done.
To determine if you had, it seems torrent, whereas
I think $29.42 is my absolute best. But we added like more stuff onto this run. Yeah, well, remember, the very best, I was doing some other things, too, that were safer, but not as fast, or not as safe, but were quicker. So, like, that's a whole other thing in here, too. So things like the flask, like I was doing that when I level up, but I'm doing that now before DTS.
You no matter how you.
So it's like it's shifting the time to in front of DTS when before it was after. So like those are some of the things where like, you know, the time isn't directly comparable as a result. It's like I give up I think like 5 seconds to do that. Oh, I saw the octopus there and got super just scared for a second. Really, game? Why do I have no stamina right here? Yeah, like, I got sick of resets on Godskin, so I'm just doing the safest strat I could come up with for that. Also, well, hold on. I shouldn't say it yet, because I haven't seen down below here. Okay, it is still pretty dark. Since my, I lowered the intensity a little bit of the backlight, whatever the name of that thing is. I think it's backlight. There's what, key fill and back for lights. So I lowered the intensity of that a little bit. I was curious if it would make much of a difference here, but it did not. Practiced that jump right there to kill the bat a little bit over the weekend. Not much, just a little. Because it does give me better stamina usage going through here. Also, he's one of the bats that will aggro that has to die, so I should get a little bit more opportunity to teleport out here. Quickly rather than the other thing. I think. That's the theory at least. Not let me again. Oh. Oh, right. Forgot I was going to entrance and not teleport. So I was moving the camera as if I was getting into the grave here. Just held off on the physic until after the despawn, rather than stopping to do that. Summoning torrent. It's weird, I'm actually feeling nerves here because we're ahead of time. And I would really like a super nice setup time. And then I just like fall right there and take the falling animation and have to remind myself to not lose my mind. Hey Crisco, how's it going? Welcome in. Now here's where we just take like 30 seconds to bat RNG on couches and nothing we've done this entire run matters.
Little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it. Wait.
Okay, not the worst RNG. Thank you for the hydrate. I will do that in just a second. Alright, thank you for the hydrate. It's gotta be a quick one right there.
Suppose I have no choice then. Is that you are an enigma?
I actually remember to chase him when he does that. I think that's the first time I've remembered to chase him. It was going through my head as I was teleporting. I was like, oh, remember to chase him when he rolls away. I just need to like get that into my muscle memory where if he doesn't die on the second hit, or even like just do the second hit and then run after like whatever direction he's gonna go. Because if you lock on, just you can hit forward and it's fine. And we only lost 1.6 on him, even though he did that. Which means I probably had a decent time for the setup for the first hit.
I am Tanrias, a warrior, perhaps. Will you joy rise with us? And now you believe the drawing room, but be sure.
One thing I would like to know on him is why, like, sometimes he drops his items quickly and other times you have to wait there as he talks about joining the Volcano Manor. It's like sometimes he just wants to be a mini Gideon or a Godra. Ooh, neat. Glod. Actually, maybe that's real gold. I don't know. What I do know is we're breaking Gideon's table. Well, this is not going to be quite my time goal for setup, but it is very close.
I took you no matter to lay out your own.
2 seconds off. Getting better. I am ready to get hit to Godric.
Smoldering with thy meager flame.
That's the sort of pace we're on right now.
Fear of the night.
Or Radon. Maybe I just get hit on all of them.
Tightly. The guard you'll breach. Well, but of course.
What if this is gonna end as like a I get hit 20 times sort of run? Open the gates. Open the gates. Gotta say that for luck. Realize I can just drink the heal pot now, or I can actually just skip the heal pot entirely. So I shouldn't be getting hit. Like, it's just safety if I do. Also, I'm not lined up right. God. Okay, not as bad as it could have been. We didn't die. Or get hit yet. I had one of these birds hit me yesterday on practice as well. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they did. That third hit always makes me really nervous on him.
I am the Lord of all that is.
Either Patch's Remembrance because this is hitless and we can't put
Our
out.
home, bathed in rays of
Alright, not yet.
gold.
How bad is the time loss? How bad is me not being ready? You know, that would explain why I'm losing 6 seconds on Radon right there. It could all just be my run right here that I'm losing it. That's something to think about. I'm just doing something wrong through here. Should be short one level, right?
The stars have aligned.
We have everything we should have right here.
The festival. But
Well, good time for a lag spike. I will accept those as long as they happen in spots I don't care about. Nothing's good. Right here. Also, these might be one-time things, since I said, like I was saying, I changed the shader cache size. A little far, but I don't think that's good. With the amount of times I've screwed up Radon lately, I am getting a little nervous on this fight sometimes. So yeah, same thing. We lost time on him again. I don't get it. But whatever. Now we can run through the capital. Hey, Lumi. Yeah, the time is going really well right now. This is a great setup for Golden Shade to ruin my life. The funny thing is, before stream, I was actually looking around for a red sweatshirt to do the joke I was talking about of saying I was cosplaying my splits. Also, oh, I don't care. You can say whatever you want. It won't jinx me. A fun fact, Lumi, these splits are about 30 seconds faster than my current PB. Because the current PB, which, at least as of this morning, I haven't checked since, hasn't been verified, but it's 1:20:10 now from the one we got the other night. So, these are the same splits I was running against for that one as well. I hate when you have, like, all the momentum on that one. I need to just get back to doing the fast setup for it. I was crouched a little bit too long right there. It's weird how, like, you just start thinking about all those little things, like, to save time. Like, are you just crouched for one step too many, or, like, a few steps too many, or whatever? But how are you doing tonight, Lumi? Welcome in. Cool, we got the good RNG. Unfortunately, I moved my eyes to look at my stamina bar, and then moved my mouse and ran into the wall. But the good RNG there is the guy doesn't aggro. Sometimes he does. It feels like even when I'm in the exact same position, he'll still aggro sometimes. And then you lose stamina going through there, and it slows you down a little bit. But then, you know, you can just run into the wall and give up any possible time savings you would have had from good RNG. So all those two, I can save like an extra 2 seconds by just not drinking my drinking my flask. Kind of depends if I want to prioritize speed or Hitless. Hey Vulcan, welcome in. Thank you. Giving me poor slightly. That was close. I am glad I healed. I got an easy there, but I wanted like good attacks like these. It just wasn't getting them to me. Oh, he's dead. I thought he was still alive there with 1 HP. But also he hit me, so... a little disappointing. Wait, they don't sell smoothies anymore in Vulcan? What the fuck? How can a place not sell smoothies? Well, I mean, that still goes double. If it's an ice cream shop, they should still be doing smoothies. I'm sorry, this is just... It's gonna make me crash out. What's wrong with places? That was a good plan. I support this endeavor. Alright, let's see if we get Piss Geyser. Doesn't get any of this. Well, we put 2 Piss Geysers around us. Either hit somehow. Yeah, pissed off, pissed on, something like that. That golden shade hit's gonna haunt me.
Allow me, you are unprevented. The thorn, a husk, the only way to become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide. I mean, still a good run so far either way. I'm happy with it, just... I wish it could be hitless. Although it does take some of the pressure off, knowing that nothing I do matters now, other than for a PB. But I mean, it's an Iron Balls PB, so does it really matter? Just because. That kukri is not necessary, I just like it. Like a little bit of extra security. So a fun fact about this. You kind of buffer this so that eat the 3 runes and then gambit, and you're almost perfect there. If you jump on top of that pillar first, it would be perfect. But I have never remembered to do that. It's like just enough time to buffer all of those inputs. And then gambit right in time for this. Which is pretty cool for timing. Thanks, Nathan. I hope work goes well. I hope the lurk goes well. We're on a fantastic pace right now. I unfortunately did get hit on Golden Shade just a minute ago because of my own impatience. But otherwise, things are going pretty well. No, that was 2 or... Oh, no, it was okay. Yeah, these are the same splits I've been running against for a while now. Like, they're faster than my PB by a bunch. Like, my last
I think my last 3 PBs have been against these splits. I definitely need to learn how to go through here quicker. I hear something behind me and to my left. It's George, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something go crunch. I don't know what he's crunching, and I'm scared to go check while in the middle of this run. Like, there's only a limited number of things he could get to that would be making a crunch sound as he's playing with it. Okay, I found him. He is crunching the cardboard of one of the boxes that I posted, the photos of him and like the things that came with my PC or PC case. He's laying in one of the smaller boxes and then crunching the cardboard for another one. Cats are weird. Wasn't the worst cancel, not the best by any means. I did pick that up, right? I clicked that so fast. I heard the sound effect and just kind of like autopiloted it, but I didn't confirm it. Oh, this will be awkward. Okay, ship. So I gotta do the same thing here, level at the table. We want to go to 70 strength. Which, I'm trying to get used to the fact that the rune routing actually puts me at, like, I can't go to 71 on accident, so I can just hold the button and everything works out.
Those are the
But I'm not used to that yet. Also not used to that only being 5 upgrades still. I did 6 for so long with the plus 19 that I'm just not used to that yet. Oh. That's made one mistake. Supposed to gambit. I'm trying to just always do the talisman at this section of the run, so I'm doing it like one consistent spot every time. And never forgetting. Yeah, exactly, alright. I've lost so many runs to forgetting that I'm trying to build the habit, but I mean, how many runs of this game have I done at this point, and I'm still like trying to build that habit. So as far as the timer goes, we can be up to plus 22 and still be ahead of PB pace. Oh, I did one practice run the other day. I forget if it was on stream or not, where the Kukru strat did not work on the bridge. So I do still need to figure out what's causing it to sometimes fail. I wish I had opened the can before when I had a chance. My next shot's basically going to be when we go to Fair Missoula. Okay, no aggro. That's good. I'm wondering how much work it would take for me to do the newer mountaintop skip. Like, just get so consistent at it that I would feel comfortable doing it in a run like this. I'm actually losing track right now of my steps. It's never good. I went back to just doing a cadence of 4 every time, with only a few spots that are exceptions. Either because I need stamina in a certain spot, or like just the way the steps work out to jump optimally. It's also so weird that my first dismount in that spot always gets eaten every time. It's like with some of the vendors and stuff too, where that happens. Alright, moment of truth. I have messed up fire giants so much lately. I don't want to start grinding, but I might have to. So that's what I probably would have messed up if I was without thinking. That was the bad pattern. the sort of thing I'm talking about with messing up, where for whatever reason, sometimes now, I am just not seeing the spots on the ground where his hand is going to come down. Because I always, like, base it off those plants. But I don't know, I just wasn't seeing it for whatever reason. It's like this time I was, you know, really far away to play it safe because I couldn't figure it out. So these splits, we need to beat them by 13 seconds to hit my true goal time. Although, like I was saying, plus 22 would match our current PB. I leveled up a little slow. Where's that Lefroy?
This world and death are you to commit?
Right.
Don't let my hand.
Our black raspberry. Also, that might be my first sub 104 fire giant with this route. Or any Iron Ball route. Yeah, 100% Vulcan. It is the best flavor. And if they were to sponsor me, I would gladly drink these on stream every night. In fact, they could sponsor me with just a few cans to drink, and that's all I would require. And I would do it for the love of the product. But if they gave me any other flavor, absolutely no need. I think it's funny how even though I was running and jumping there were like a couple spots where I got a little bit of stamina back. Ooh, nice slowdowns. This will surely not mess me up at all. Oh, really? He doesn't usually aggro me. That was a surprise. Good there. Let's redo this. If I had a heart rate monitor, it would be up right about now. Missing the second and third hits on him. not what I want. I think I still have enough damage on him, though. How that's a gold, I don't know. I think this game's broken. Oh, so last night I was actually doing a run. Was it last night? Yes, it was Saturday. Right here, and I died on this jump. It was a really good run. So I didn't swing because I'm scared of dying again. Like, you know, the first time in, yeah, hundreds of runs, I lost a run right there. It was, you know, a good time, good pace. I think it was Hitless. I don't remember anymore. Pretty sure it was. And just, of all the spots I could die. I mean, I don't know. It's fine. I was due for one. So now that it's happened, I can just do whatever there, and I'm not going to die for another couple hundred times. Also, that run last night was cursed. I even had the Blackblade Kindred in, right before Zamor Ruins do his attack at me. But it somehow missed. So I'm just like, I get jump scared right as it goes by. Okay, why did I not get the message about they have more to sell me? I guess that's referring to the husk, not to those things.
Lay out your own.
Alright, let's see how we go. Let's see how we do. I can stress out on Malakath, I can stress out on Horaloo, and then I can maybe get a good time. Still sending the elevator down. Oh, not the ritual. Get rid of those. So much for drinking some LaCroix. I was about to do it and then I forgot. Gotta clean my inventory. Because if I... Damn. That's why I send the elevator down. Sometimes the game just hates me. And I don't know why. So, you know, lose a random 20 seconds out of nowhere because the game just hates you. Oh, I am in the wrong spot. Also, it's Malakath, so I'm gonna lose time there no matter what. We have some time save that is not in the split here because I've stopped leveling after Gideon and after Horaloo. So we do get a little bit of time out of that, which is in the PB, but it is not reflected in the splits. Lock in time.
Who approacheth
And maybe crash out.
destined death. I will not have it stolen from me again.
So remember, I have a self-imposed limit of wanting to beat 1 hour and 20 minutes before I start doing like the grace load nonsense. So even if like, you know, it's a small PB, a 10-second PB would start getting me below that limit. And we, despite what just happened on Malakath, we might be at that point. Kind of depends on how these next few things go.
Well, that's time loss. But alas, one shall take the throne. Queen Mary has high hopes for us, but we no.
I'm gonna say 5 seconds lost. I'm not even able to look yet. Alright, 3.5. So as I was saying, no more leveling. I do have to still sit here, though, to get the physic back. It's either I have to sit here or after Horror. It's better just do it here. Because... run back. Alright, this is the run where we get blessed by the Turtle Pope. We consume his flesh in the Holy Communion. Physic last because we're going to be using an Elden Beast and we want to preserve as much time as we can. Strip, lower damage. Don't know why, we'll worry about that later. It's not an amount of damage that matters, just less.
Also, gonna buff a few steps away because of what happened the other day when I accidentally went in the room without buffs. It's so cold. Hope this fight's over quick. I unfortunately just glanced at the clock. Should not do that. That was low on stamina. That was so bad. That was super close. Well, we got another one hit. Like I get daily. Let's get through these. Do the manual split. It's only a PB by 4 seconds. So still not sub 120. Between... Malakath was actually decent attacks since he only took 3 attacks and he has to like be relatively quick for that to happen. So... Man, that's disappointing about the bird skip. Oh, right. I should do this first so verifiers don't have a bad time. Okay.